What is happening, guys? Back at you with another video. So, like I've been doing for the past week or so, past couple of videos, I've been doing Batman ranking videos, Batman relate videos, in honor of the release of the Batman movie. So, uh, this video is going to be the Batmobiles Ranked. So this is specifically going to be the live action version of the Batmobile that came out in the movies. So let's go ahead and get started with this ranking. So coming in at the bottom is going to be the George Clooney Batmobile. Uh, so first things first, just gotta say, a lot of people don't like Batman and Robin. Pretty much call it the franchise killer. Pretty much was the last Batman movie, and it killed the franchise of the '90s. And then we finally got the Christian Bale one. So a lot of people don't really look to this Batman as being good, or this Batman movie being good and stuff like that. And the same would go for the Batmobile. Now, like I was saying before, I watched all the Batman movies over again in preparation for the Batman movie, and then doing these Batman videos in preparation for it. Watched all the Batman movies and stuff like that. And I gotta say, this is the least memorable Batmobile. Like, I honestly don't, like, even after watching it and rewatching it whenever when I did, I honestly don't even remember what it looks like exactly. Um, so it's not pretty. It's not really memorable. It's not a memorable Batmobile, and honestly, I don't remember what it looked like exactly, and I don't remember the design really too much. I don't really remember it like having too much like gadgets or anything on it either, or doing anything really. So, I mean, that's why it's on the bottom of the list, because I just don't remember anything about it, to be honest. All right, next up on the list is going to be the Val Kilmer Batmobile. So the thing with this Batmobile is, I do kind of remember it a little bit. Thing with this Batmobile is, it looks like it was like, so we take the Batmobile that Michael, let's say we take the Batmobile that that Michael Keaton had or something like that, or just a regular Batmobile that they had in the '90s, and it looked like it was, the skin was taken off the Batmobile and it's showing a skeletal structure of the Batmobile under that. That's kind of what the Val Kilmer Batmobile looks like, and that's what it kind of reminds me of. It looks like a skeletal kind of structure for the Batmobile. It looked like it had like had like lines, or like it seemed like a skeleton, almost like it had like ribs or something on it. And that's kind of the thing I remember about it. Like this, that looked kind of skeletal almost. Really, it didn't really have anything going for it too much, really. I don't really know. I mean, I guess the cool thing was that I was able to drive up a wall. If I remember correctly, yeah, drove up a wall, whatever. So I mean, that was pretty cool, I guess. But other than that, I don't really remember too much about it, or if it was doing too much really. So yeah, that's why it's on this spot on the list. Next up is going to be the Adam West Batmobile. Now this Batmobile I actually like. This and design was pretty cool. I actually remember seeing it at Comic Con one time. They brought it over to the Comic Con, and I checked it out and saw it and stuff. It was pretty cool design. So I do like the design of it. It has that older kind of vibe going on. Especially considering that it did come out in the '60s, so '66. It does have that older kind of vibe with it, and I do like the design of it, the way it is. Like, it's older design, it's older vibe to it, and it looks pretty cool, honestly. All right, next up is going to be the Christian Bale Batmobile. So this one is bulky. It's really bulky. It's probably the bulkiest of any Batmobile there is, but that's because it's just like what was it, like it's kind of a military vehicle, so that explains why it's kind of bulky and all that. Like design is okay. It has an okay design and stuff like that, but it's like really bulky. It's meant to be driven around and like break and bust through things and stuff like that, and that's why it's so bulky and stuff like that. And it has a couple of gadgets on it too, rocket launchers, guns and stuff like that on there too. So it's pretty useful when it comes to having it and all that stuff. So it has a pretty it's pretty useful when it comes to that and stuff like that. But just some of the things that was like design with it being so bulky and stuff like that, it's a little bit lower on the list for me. All right, next up is going to be the Robert Pattinson Batmobile. So at first, I wasn't really on board with this Batmobile, but then seeing the movie and then hearing a little bit more about Robert Pattinson's Batman, it made sense for the movie. It made sense for his Batman specifically, because his Batman is more tactical, more homemade kind of stuff. So it made sense that this was an actual vehicle that he customized himself and was actually working on himself. So it just made sense that it was this kind of vehicle. It was kind of a makeshift kind of vehicle, customized and all that stuff. Had like the rocket booster on the back too and stuff like that. Just hearing that loud roar whenever you see the Batman movie and having a scene with the Batmobile in there, you hear that loud roar when it comes to life, and it gives you chills and all that. So honestly, I came around and warmed up to this Batmobile, and I actually do kind of like it now. Just the way it is and all that, and the way it looks. Have that kind of classic muscle car kind of look to it. Honestly, makes sense for this Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman, the way the character is. So it actually does make sense for that. And honestly, I came to warm up to it and actually kind of like it now. Next up on the list is going to be the Ben Affleck Batmobile. So this Batmobile is more of a sleek kind of design. I like this design because it's more sleek. And the way it looks a little bit lower to the ground. Like, it doesn't look too. It's not like bulky or anything. It's like more sleek and it looks a little bit lower to the ground. And the amount of weapons that he has on this Batmobile, like, it's very has a lot of weapons on it and gadgets and stuff. And it really makes sense, like when you see some of the chase scenes with it and just the way it looks design wise and everything and the way it functions and all that stuff. Honestly, it's really pretty well done Batmobile. And I actually do like it. It looks pretty good design and all that stuff. So honestly, it's pretty good design for this Batman. And next up, we get to the number one spot. Is going to be Michael Keaton's Batmobile. So this is probably the most iconic Batmobile out there. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows the design of it, and just the functionality of it is really good when you see it across both the Michael Keaton movies. Have some gadgets on there. It's very useful, and with when Batman uses it, and in combat and stuff like that, and then fighting and all, not necessarily fighting, but chasing and having being able to like actually put armor on the Batmobile also, like it's able to cover itself with armor all around. And then just the functionality of it whenever he's using it is honestly really well done. Also, like, has a lot of uses, has a lot of gadgets and stuff that he's able to use on it, and it has such an iconic design. Everybody knows it by design, so that is why I put it on the top of the list. So that is the ranking for the live action Batmobiles. Let me know down in the comments below, how would you rank the Batmobiles? Definitely like to hear your thoughts on it. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Remember, if you want to be a part of Team Legendary, all you got to do is subscribe and turn notifications on so you know when I post another video. Hope you all have an awesome day. And remember, be legendary.